the improvements to me were huge. The weight was reduced, the breathability was really improved. But almost all of your shoes are waterproof too.
Yeah, that's the important thing, Jamie, is you got to listen. You got to listen to the consumer. And, I always say in footwear making, where there's smoke, there's fire. And so, when you start hearing about the weight of the shoe and you start talking about or hearing about breathability, or traction, or, waterproof, you got to listen to the consumer. And we went from a shoe that was about 590 grams, which was one of the heaviest, not the heaviest, one of the heaviest, down to probably one of the lightest, which is in a performance shoe with spikes. It's about 424 grams. It's lighter than the G4. It's lighter than the Premier. It's lighter than the Adidas 360, any painter, spike shoes. But the challenge is that weight and structure oppose each other. So the more structure you want to put into a shoe, you got to start adding weight. So you've got to be very, very careful about that. And that's where material science comes in. And there are materials that have less density and less weight. So you've got to be very careful. And in terms of the waterproofing and breathability, again, those two things really oppose each other. But microfiber is a very special material that allows moisture and heat and perspiration to come out of the shoe, to be released out of the shoe, but it doesn't let any water in. And, we're one of the few companies that actually take and sew a gusset all the way from the bottom eyelet all the way up to the top. So this shoe is waterproof all the way up to here. A lot of the water usually gets in through the tongue. And so we sew it all the way up. So this is 100% waterproof.